Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. So we're continuing on with the April theme of forms and addenda. So we're going to talk about one that's not necessarily a new form. We'll actually incorporate a couple forms in here. We're going to talk about earnest money for a minute. So earnest money in Utah, where does earnest money have to be held? It can actually be held where the parties agree to have it held. So it could be a buyer's brokerage, that happens a lot. It could be a title company, that happens fairly frequently as well. Both are legal and fine. It's just the preference of the parties on where they want the earnest money to be. So, but what does the form say? We talked about this with the REPSI a little bit. The form by default puts it in the brokerage, it says, in the brokerage trust account. So if you're going to put it in a title company, you need to amend the contract. There is a form for that. It's actually a state form, not a realtor form. That is basically earnest money going to a title company form. We have another form that deals with earnest money. Several of them do, of course, but directly with it. And that's the confirmation of earnest and receipt of earnest money. Confirmation of receipt of earnest money. We'll get it eventually. And that is a form that it's not a division form. It's not even really required. Now, I know a lot of brokers require it, and it's probably a good thing to require for a broker, but not all do, and that's up to them. So, why use it? Well, is earnest money required in the contract? If you put it in there, it's required. Is it a breach of the contract to not have the earnest money in there? Yes, it is. Which means seller can back out. Which means the contract could be put in jeopardy. So, good idea to get that confirmation of receipt of the earnest money. Now, do you have to send it on? Do you have to, as a buyer's agent, send that confirmation to the seller or listing agent? No, nothing in the law requires you confirm. But where you're dealing with something that is potentially a breach of the REPSI, most good listing agents will probably ask, do you have the earnest money in? But it's not a bad idea to just be proactive as a buyer's agent and send that confirmation of receipt of earnest money form, a copy of it. You don't have to send the form over. You could just send some sort of communication saying, hey, we got the earnest money. Then it just puts it to rest. Nobody questions. Everyone knows there hasn't been a breach of the contract that way. So use these couple forms. Look for the resolution of earnest money form will change a little bit. I believe they're going to add some check boxes in, and that should come up with the title company in case that's where the earnest money is held. We'll let you know when that's released, and but that should be a change coming soon. So hopefully these are good reminders on how to use that and that you deal with earnest money properly. Thanks for tuning in.